the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New. I gotta do it in foot, Mama. I gotta do it in foot, Mama. Because I was with you.
Oh my god.
I gotta do it
You gotta turn it.
because I was with you. Because I was with you.
Papa is a bird watcher, so this is a really big moment. Today is January 5th, 2023. It is 1:22 a.m. I have a lot to share with you. Last night before I went to bed, I started putting a list of tweets for me to share with you. But as I was about to turn off the computer and I was doing things in between and things like that, then I happened on Twitter, and then Omid put something out, and it was about the book Spare. So that's what most people are talking about. So all the list that I started, I sort of push some of those tweets down. I don't know if I'll ever get to them because they weren't that much. But the thing about the book Spare is a little bit more juicy. And I think someone stole the book, probably. Either sold it to the Guardian, and the Guardian wrote a book about it. Not wrote a book, wrote an article about it. And that's what this tweet video will be discussing. Okay, new subscribers, welcome. I mean, I still don't understand with my estimate ever since I was said before. Okay, let's take it since December 24th. Okay, the number have been around 600. It cannot be, because I'm having more subscribers, more viewers, and this is less than what I've had before. I had all of this viewership. Alright, so let me not complain. Let's go on Twitter. So I want to start with this tweet instead, because it pretty much gave that little glimpse of this video talking about, quote, "We will see fully and understand better why they are all so very angry with the royal family and why they want to leave. And it's not just the media coverage. There are real tension there. Okay, 28 seconds.
And tensions and so on. These are very public figures, but also we will see fully and understand better why they're also very angry with the royal family and they want to leave. It is not just the media coverage, there are real tensions there, and there are some things we can't discuss for legal reasons.
And I'm wondering if he knew of that physical aspect of it between Harry and William, if he knew about it for him to mention this kind of things. But let's continue.
Reasons publicly now, but when people hear and see that, they will be better informed and they will change their mind. Let's take a look.
Okay, so let's read some of the comment. Okay, he was on TV early this week bad mouthing Harry and Meghan. He's done about face the flick. Okay, not surprised. I mean, the UK, I don't know, the journal, well, I don't know if you call them journalists, but those people, I don't know how you're supposed to take them because they're not honest people. Okay, not surprised. Is this in reference to Harry's interviews on Sunday or something else? The headline says Meghan to face dad in court. Okay, so this person probably don't know. That was way before the book thing. This interview right here, the press knew about this assault and a lot more. A lot was said that was not said. LOL. I hope Harry's book frees a lot of them to start telling us what they know. Okay, no, this was when it was announced they were stepping down. Okay, so now I guess I should have put the Omid tweet first so we have an idea. Okay, next tweet. This is Omid. All right, there's that. Quote, William called me another name, then came at me. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor.
Charles and Ken Stark were away for a weekend with friends, staying at a friend's house, and Charles was trying to put his own collar studs in, which he doesn't normally do for his formal strap. And he dropped one of the studs, and it sort of bounced around the sink and went down the plug hole. Charles was in a fury, just ripped the sink from the wall.
Quote, William called me another name, then came at me. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor.
Threw it to the floor, shattered it into 1,000 pieces, retrieved the stud, and Ken had to put it in. And then when Ken had put it in, Charles grabbed him by the throat.
He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor.
Charles grabbed him by the throat. Well, they said, you do understand, Ken, I just have to let this out. Well, Ken was so terrified, he sort of backed out of the room, but he didn't know the geography of the room, so he backed into a cupboard and stayed there for 10 minutes before letting himself out.
I mean, this is immediately was my first thought. You know, this could be a problem.
What the hell? And he knocked me to the floor.
This could be a problem.
And he knocked me to the floor.
This could be a problem.
And he knocked me to the floor. The Guardian have obtained a copy of Prince Harry's spare not to official channels ahead of Tuesday's launch. All right. Prince Harry detailed physical attack by brother William in new book. So I have it open. The link will be in the description. But I started reading part of it. This paragraph caught my attention. Okay. Early on, Harry recounted the story of how his father, now King Charles, supposedly said to his wife, Princess Diana, on the day of Harry's birth, quote, wonderful. Now you're giving me an heir and a spare. My work is done. This part. I've always said Charles was performing for the institution. Okay? The marriage to Diana and all of that was all for the firm. Once Diana gave birth to the Sue boys, he felt he was done. I truly believe that. So I'm not surprised by this. I only highlighted for me to share it with you because I've been saying this something in similar aspect. Okay, my work is done. So he has absolutely no feeling. I truly believe that. There is no feeling for those boys because they are for the firm. It wasn't for, like, you know, when a couple love each other and then they want to raise a family, okay, how excited you are to see your wife is pregnant, or the wife who's excited to see she is pregnant and all of that. There was none of that, okay? There was none of that. He probably was excited Diana's pregnant for the firm, and that was it. Yep, and this is why the firm is treating those two boys like that, where I said William is pretty much the institution, and then the way they're treating Harry is pretty much for that purpose as well, to treat him as the spare for the brother, and then he's supposed to take all the blame, everything else for the brother. But they forgot Harry is a human being. He was born with feeling and all of that, okay? So that's that part. And then the last part, I didn't read all of it, but the last part caught my attention. All right. Harry recounts an anguished meeting with Charles and William after the Windsor Castle funeral of Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, in April 2021. Charles, he says, stood between his warring sons, quote, looking up at our flushed faces, okay, quote, please boys, Harry quote his father as saying, quote, don't make my final years a misery. I hope it is, because you as a father, you should not be, treating those kids like a freaking robot. Okay, you should be a misery. I'll leave the link in the description for you to, to do whatever if you want to check it out. So let's go back to Twitter. Okay, so the link is in the description. Okay, by obtaining an unauthorized copy of the book could this cause legal trouble for the guardian. Okay, not for the guardian, no, potentially for the individual who provided the copy. Example, if a store employee broke an embargo, but because there's a video, I think you're gonna see the day before the book release. There's a video I did yesterday that explained, I think some employees who were transporting the book Harry Potter, because they were really safeguard the book so nobody have advanced copy of it. So there were two people that one of them had community service and one went to jail for like 2.5 years or something like that. So yeah, I understand Omid because I read some stuff about that. Okay, if a store employee broke an embargo, but with hundreds of thousands being delivered to retailers around the world right now, keeping them locked away until release day is almost impossible. All right, let's see here. Yeah, there's people putting pictures of Harry. They assume maybe this was around that time. And the thing is that the way they guard William, because he's the heir, so they put nonsense in his head. He could do whatever he wants. Okay, whoa, there's that. This is not the first time we're hearing about William's violent temper. I fear for the safety of his wife and children. If this is any journalistic integrity amongst the royal voter and the British media at large, serious conversation will be had about William's suitability to be king. Okay, I mean, Charles had the same thing too. We hear journalists saying that he's grabbing the courtiers by the neck.
Ken had to put it in. Then when Ken had put it in, Charles grabbed him by the throat.
He ripped a sink from the wall because a small little thing fell in the sink.
And he dropped one of the studs and it sort of bounced around the sink and went down the plug hole. Charles was in a fury, just ripped the sink from the wall.
And he grabbed the courtiers by the neck.
Charles grabbed him by the throat. Well, they said, you do understand, Ken, I just have to let this out.
And the guy had to hide in a closet until Charles is done.
Well, Ken was so terrified, he sort of backed out of the room, but he didn't know the geography of the room, so he backed into a cupboard and stayed there for 10 minutes before letting himself out.
My goodness, okay? And he then said, you don't need to tell Meghan about this. All right, let's see here. I didn't read all of the article, but okay, when William left again, his brother write, he, quote, turned and called back, you don't need to tell Meghan about this. Quote, you mean that you attacked me? I didn't attack you, Harold. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now the world know. They're afraid of Meghan. They're afraid of Meghan. Oh my God. Let's read some of the comment under that. Okay, just like a seasoned, well-practiced abuser. Okay, like father, like son, Charles, Philip, and all the Windsor's men are ill-tempered and bullies. Okay, Prince Charles once allegedly choked a staff member. That's the thing that I was saying. And I have a video of one of the journalists who was talking about it on camera. Prince Charles once allegedly choked a staff member and ripped a sink out of the wall in anger. Yeah, that's the exact same thing I was talking about. Okay, Harold, I thought his giving name was Henry. Okay, yeah, gaslighting, class abuser. And the gaslighting, I didn't attack you. No, he tripped and landed on his back. God, I hate narcissists. Alright, let's read some more from Omid. William is a disturbed man. There's been so many articles about his temper over the years, so sadly, this isn't surprising. I'm so glad Harry's away from that toxic, abusive environment. When you look at the wedding pictures from the Harry and Meghan docuseries, some of the pictures, I think there was a picture of Harry with a whole bunch of guys, and William was not in that picture. And I remember one tweet that I came across, and people, some of the comment was saying, okay, William is not even there because there's no really friendship, between Harry and William and stuff like that. Kay forged Henry's signature to release a statement denying bully his brother. Now we are learning about a physical assault. Prince William is trash. Okay, quote, if you can't see it, then I can help you, Prince Harry. We see it. The bullying, institutional cover-up, planted leaks, undermining, blackmail, it's all there. Now add physical intimidation, grifting, greed, and political deal. Royal family has it all. Who wouldn't want to get the fuck out of there? Spare. And the thing is that where I talk, there's one video where I said these people pretty much are terrorists because they are terrorizing these people, Harry and Meghan. They even send people in front of their doors when they're trying to get away from those type of people, the tabloid. So they pretty much, yeah. My goodness. Let's see here. Emily Andrews. When was that? This is 2018. I removed those tweets about Kate's acceptance of free gifts because Harry and William's super expensive lawyers did threaten me with legal action, and I'm on a mat leave, and so frankly had bigger things to worry about. I have criticized all British royal family members for various reasons. They threatened her. Okay, Buckingham Palace threatening ABC to kill Epstein-linked Prince Andrew story, anchor recorded as saying, yeah, now she's in some problem right now with, I don't know, well, I'll not say problem, just personal problem, things between her and her co-workers, one of her co-worker. Okay, Prince Charles once allegedly choked a staff member and ripped a sink out of a wall in anger. Okay, by Julia Mulani. Okay, the royal family has always had a never complain, never explained way of doing things. Any drama that happened within the palace walls stays within the palace wall unless anonymous sources let it leak. That was until 1995 when one of Prince Charles' closest friends and staff members had enough. And it turns out the former employee's story about the prince painting quite a different picture of the future king than what the public had come to know. Okay, there's that. Marco Sid will taint royal family, lead to black king saying British politician's girlfriend. Neo-Nazi terror probe, police arrest 3. Okay, these are the things we sort of know. Prince Harry to marry a mulatto, completely wrong. My God. Wow, wow, wow. They all are baggage for God. Okay, let's see here. The monarchy is in huge trouble. Huge. All right, that's for comment under that. I'm spending too much time on this. Okay, is that good? This popcorn. Okay, it's time to dissolve. They have nothing good to offer or be an example to follow. Exactly. The popcorn. All right, guess the British tabloid have been telling us William has always been described as an incandescent with rage. Okay, not surprised. There's more tweets receipt here. I guess it's like father like son. No truth remain hidden forever. There are many reports of William abrasive personality. All right, there's that. Let's see this one. Okay, Japson continue. William fiery temper, can blow up at any time, usually when he's frustrated or when it comes to issues regarding his family. Even senior members of his circle will check which way the wind is blowing before becoming too self-assured in his presence or raising problematic issues that might be better addressed at another time. Oh my God. And then they're calling Meghan a bully. They're calling Meghan a bully, and this is what the staff had to deal with, and nobody said anything. Okay, from a young age, by the time he was 4, he had the unattractive habit of yapping at his nanny, Barbara Barnes. No one tells me what to do. When I am king, I will have you punish Brownwood. Okay, all this I'm not surprised at all, because there's one where a nanny worked with both of them. I think Harry and William. At that time, I don't think Harry could walk, and William walk and go in front of, was it just William that walked in the door? I'll put the video. And then he walked like he owned the freaking room, and then he stand in front of Princess Diana, punched, I don't think he really hit Princess Diana, because it went between Princess Diana's leg, and she was wearing a skirt, so it pretty much just touched the cloth. Okay, doing that, and then put his arm on his hip like he's the man of the town. Okay, so they put this nonsense in his head, so he behaved like this. Now reality is gonna face him right now. Prince William claimed he has psychological power over Prince Harry. Where was that from? Okay, Prince Charles once alleged. Okay, I read all of this already. All right, so let me go to people are putting there's this also, 6 seconds. There's that. Okay, hitting Charles in his head. Okay, hitting Charles on his head. Unbelievable what power and money can do, tearing sibling apart. Harry has a lot of support from the public, which will not replace his brother's love though. I actually missed that when I was first recording it. Harry has a lot of support from the public, but will not replace his brother's love though. But what kind of a love is that? William have not shown an ounce of love for Harry.
Probably one of my first days. First is probably me turning up thinking I've got my older brother at the school, he'll be looking after me, when in fact he just ignored me. Thinking I've got my older brother at the school, he'll be looking after me, when in fact he just ignored me.
Since Harry got married, well, I guess since Meghan was introduced to the family, it seems like the hate went on full blast to prevent Harry to have a happiness that he wants. Okay, the backstabbing, all the things that went in the court to prevent the wedding.
That may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Her letter to her father and the amount of abuse that went on, the leaking and all of that. This is not love. This is not love. If Harry wants any sort of relationship with them two, okay, Charles and William, they all need to go to see a therapist, because they ingrain the nonsense they put in these heirs. They're too old now. I don't know. For Charles, I don't think there's any hope. But for William, I don't know, a slight chance. But for the kids, I don't know. Someone needs to step in and say, this kind of behavior needs to stop. Okay, this is not love. The amount of money that is spent to prevent Harry's happiness, even after Harry left, they sent people in front of his door in Canada where he had to run to safety. This is not love. That's abusive. That's terrorizing them. I can't believe I missed that when I was first reading the tweet. But let's get back to the original tweet. It was William who questioned Archie's skin color, banned this unstable future king from the US. You can't do that. You can't be, whoever is in power or whoever is president, they can't get into these family dramas. Okay, they have to be somewhat there's a term for it, political, or stay as the future head of the country. You can't be getting into family dramas. Okay, UK tabloid always describe him as angry, incandescent with rage, furious, upset, hate Meghan. The boys got a temper. Camilla told friend that Prince William will shout and Prince Charles will meekly submit new book claim. And we saw how Charles behaved as well. The nonsense they put in their head. After what's there, that's it. Prince Harry was loyal to the royal family 32 years. Not a peep from him. Yep. Throughout all the abuse, he protected the institution, protected Queen, protected William. The one time he needed protection, because for his family, he got thrown out to the dogs. For the first time in his life, I hope he tells everything. That is true. I'm glad I got to this. This is exactly spot on. This is true. Harry never said a damn thing, but he always was the one who get the end of the stick. But the one time that he said he has a family to protect, he will protect them.
I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. So everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid. That's just me not wanting a repeat of.
Now he's all out. Yeah, I agree with this comment 100%. Okay, at this point, William, I'm gonna come to this because this appear on the screen. I'm gonna read it for the sake of some of you, and then I'm gonna go into this, the 4 comment that's there, and then I'm gonna go to the next tweet. Okay, at this point, William was more than silent. He was vocal, and people's responding to my stuff. I'm hearing the noise. Okay, and if this happened in 2019, it was after Harry and Meghan got married. Okay, there becomes a point when silence is betrayal. Prince Harry. Alright, so now let's go into that. Okay, there's this. Prince Harry was loyal to the royal family 32 years, not a peep from him. Throughout all the abuse, he protected the institution, protected Queen, protected William. The one time he needed protection because of his family, he got thrown out to the dogs. For the first time in his life, I hope he tells everything. Yep. Okay, and there's spouses. He got nothing in return for his loyalty. Okay, he never protect the institution. The institution protect what? He even protected. Oh my, are you freaking kidding me? And the amount of work he does for charities, he did more for charities than the royal family itself, the ones who have who's controlling the cash. Are you freaking kidding me? He never protect the institution. Yes, he did. Oh my God. Okay, he never stood up for his own 2 feet. Well, now he is. These people must be blind. These are the people they're sending to, to protect the institution, the bat. All right, next tweet. I think we might get some insight as to why Kate Middleton is wasting away in front of all of our eyes. All right, they retweeted that. Okay, Prince Harry revealed he was physically attacked and knocked to the floor by his brother Prince William during a confrontation in 2019. The confrontation escalated because William called Meghan Markle difficult, rude, and abrasive. Difficult. Because you people are stupid and you want her to comply to stupidity? Are you freaking kidding me? And then to prove your stupidity, you went and punched him. My goodness. I'll go. Okay. Okay. Let me read some of the comments here and then I'll go into that. Okay. I can't stand Kate, but nobody deserved that. And the first carols, there was a moment she snapped out of staring blankly and noticed he was looking at her sternly. The way she righted herself, but not before what looked like fear to me. If this is indeed happening, it is now or never. There is strength in numbers, but she won't. Okay, let Prince Williams is a bully denied it. Yeah, there's evidence. Look at his face. Wow. My goodness. Since Princess Diana died, Harry had nobody protected him. I'm sorry, he probably loved the Queen and everything, but I don't even think the Queen did anything to protect him. Let's see, there's 2 comments under this. Okay, I've seen the pics of ones he hid by the spear. Okay, the real violent one. Why is it? I've seen the pics of the ones hit by the spear. Okay, so where is it? So show it. Now we're seeing evidence of him getting the other, getting punched. Okay, I said this before on this bird app. I believe Kate is very much afraid of William. She has seen what he is capable of doing. I believe he cheat on her, and there I say Louis' behavior towards her children display what they see at home. Yep. How did the Guardian get this copy? I thought there weren't supposed to be any pre-releases. Okay, seriously, I didn't expect him to actually get violent because I see him as such a coward, always making others do his dirty work. If he went after Harry, he's definitely capable of that. It all makes sense now. Okay, there's that. Explain Meghan looking scared at him, and Kate always perform and looking unnatural. Look. Look at, my God. Look at Harry's eyes. I think if William were ever to do anything to Meghan, I think nobody will hold Harry back. Look at Harry's looking at him. Oh my God, the fear, and then the fear in Meghan's right here. Oh my God. There's something about him that I think, okay, I've said this before, he cannot have. Okay? But whoever heard it before, I don't want to repeat it. Oh my Lord. Look at his face. This is something he can never have. And Harry's making sure you don't have that. My God. And look at him. His own wife is like, don't touch me. Oh my Lord. This guy is a freaking okay, my first thought was if William can't control his violent temper, Harry said that he was also incandescent with rage at Sandringham in front of all the late queens, then possibly there could be a domestic violence situation at Adela Cottage. You never know. And then this guy, everybody around him have to do what he says because he's the freaking future. Oh my God, this is sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. Chase the guy for 10 years. No wonder why all the other women didn't want to deal with him. Okay, it seems the Sussex squad was correct. Prince William is a bully, aka Bulliam, is a palace source, leaker, and planter. Meghan was called Duchess Difficult, and it's coming straight from Bulliam's mouth to the tabloid. What a sad little man. Honestly, William being physically abusive did surprise me. If this is really I'm sure there's possibly other thing he has done. If he could do that to a grown man, which is his brother Harry, so which means he has done other similar things. There's the part where Harry had said he screamed at him in front of the queen. So there's other, I believe, violent manners that he has carried out because he's done it so many times to Harry. So I guess Harry's sort of used to it. I don't know. Yeah, Harry's sort of used to this kind of thing with him. Oh my God. But now they sort of surprised. All this nonsense you be hearing on the tabloid about Harry, you know, you definitely know it's coming from the palace. Harry's used to these things. But now that he has a family, he's like, nope, I don't want my son, my kids to go through that. Yeah, because they already have this power over Harry, so he doesn't want it to be transferred to his kids. Okay, if this really an excerpt, Harry sounds to me like a man who still hasn't realized how monstrous his family is. I think so too. I wanted a family, what is it, from the Anderson Cooper interview, where he would like his family back. I mean, you never had a family to begin with if they're treating you like this. Okay, the only family you had was Princess Diana, and they took her away from you since you were 12. Okay, if this really an excerpt, Harry sounds to me like a man who still hasn't realized how monstrous his family is. Okay, if this excerpt is correct, Will's behavior is very reminiscent of that of a domestic abuser. Okay, learned behavior. There's that. Yep, the kids don't have any respect for her. Okay, makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where do the physical attacks stop? Yeah. So every time he goes over there, I think he, you know, there are times when you go to your parents' house, okay, you become that childish kind of person again in front of them, okay, if you were raised to have respect for your elders and all of that. So when you go back to your parents' house, you become that childlike again. But even though you could still, you know, you have your own family or whatever, but it's that psychological thing they have on you. So every time he stepped back in the UK, he become that old Harry. So yeah, he should not go back. All right, let's go to the next one. Is that the one that I bookmarked? There was, okay, yeah, next one. I want to make sure I got everything. Okay, Incandescent with Rage is a description we often read about Prince William, but for him to physically attack his own brother is both heartbreaking and chilling. Okay, so she retweeted Royal Suitor, and I'll go into that. Okay, let's read some of the comments. Okay, so good, it's not a lot. Okay, if this really is from the book, it breaks my heart. We knew he had a temper, but this really takes this a level to another level. My second thought is, what is he like at home with Kate and the kids if he's still living with them? Okay, hello. Well, physical attack. I love how Harry doesn't give any indication of himself doing anything wrong. My goodness. Maybe there was a discussion, okay? People who have, heated argument or whatever, but the physical aspect of that, okay? And then for him to say, don't mention it to Meghan. Okay, I thought Harry didn't have any mental support. He couldn't get his pregnant wife help, or so he told Oprah. He called his therapist. This is the funniest bit. Okay, if you think this is funny, you idiot. Let's see. Getting a therapist was never an issue. Meghan needed more intensive treatment at the facility, and the family said no. Because this is the way that they are. Now that you can defend William, you're trying to care about Meghan's mental health. These people, when I said these people, it's this comment here. Yeah, they're coming out to defend him. Alright, so now let's go to Royal Suitor's tweet. I didn't bookmark it, but it is there. So they're retweeting the Guardian article. He grabbed me, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor. I landed on the dog's bowl. My goodness, which cracked open my back. Oh my God, now I see why he's always having issues in his back. Even when he was playing polo, there was this, I think it was a trainer, one of those old pictures during the summer, I will say. Okay, they, what is it, which, how do you call this? I saw a black trainer, the trainer is fit, was stretching his back. And sometimes when he walks, you could see, okay, the movement of his back. There were some issues there. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, let's see here. I landed on the dog's bowl, which cracked under my back, the pieces cutting into me. Wow. I lay there for a moment, dazed, then got to my feet and told him to get out. Wow. So that was at the cottage. He came over there to talk to Harry. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Guardian claimed to have a copy of Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, and has shared excerpt and themes calling the book unsparing, quote, recounting of intensely private scene and conversation. Hey, that's his experience. That's his. He's telling us his point of view. Now, if William have a different aspect, he could write his book and explain his side of the story. But these people lie so much. Okay, the reporters who got the scoop has formed, so yes, I believe this is a legit. Okay, there's a retweet here. The byline is Morten, was it Pengelly, the reporter who the Washington Post did a story on due to his ability to get his hand on every tell-all Trump book. He's a US-based political reporter, not a UK royal reporter. I think this is legit. Okay, so this is another thread within that. Okay, necklace was this when they were kids. Okay, he has a necklace that he's always wearing since at least his 20s. My goodness. Now I understand why Meghan looked so scared and uptight among William and Kate during that walkabout in Windsor. So what okay, let's see here. What is possible is that William is violent, as viciously reported by the British media, but two things seems off in this recount. Harry calling his brother Willie, he calls him Wills. William calling Harry Harold. Why? Okay, Camilla was horrified by William shouting at King Charles and said the boy's got a temper. Book claim. Alright, so there. Whatever, but okay, the royal reporter who have written about Prince William's fiery temper and incandescent rage for years, trying to come up with a way to discredit Prince Harry. Okay. Yeah, this is the thing. They have the spare, not spare, all the heir to the throne. They all have the people around them to protect them. Okay, the only thing that seems slight off to me in this excerpt is William. Okay, that's the one I just read, wasn't it? Is William calling Harry Harold when his real name is Henry? You never know. So that's what he said. Okay, otherwise this goes long way in explaining the true rift that opened before the wedding. Because he couldn't get his way. Look all the length he went to stop the wedding. Okay, bringing Meghan's half siblings and all of that, wasting the taxpayers' money to do all this BS. So he couldn't get his way. So he get physical. Okay, William is trash, absolutely garbage. All right, let's go back. Let's go to. Okay, now I'm here, and I say I wanted to come into that. Now I'm into two different tweets here. Okay, the byline is Martin Pengelly, the reporter who the Washington Post did a story on due to his ability to get his hands on every tell-all Trump's book. He's a US-based political reporter, not a UK royal reporter. I think this is legit. Okay, so she retweeted the Warrior Suitor thing. He grabbed me, ripped me. That's the thing I just read, so I'm not going to read it again. Okay, quote, his work has caused consternation in publishing circle because it preempted the carefully managed publicity campaign surrounding how high-profile book release. Okay, his stories tend to blow up publishers' rollout plans, said one Trump's book author. Okay. There's that. Sucks that Harry rollout got a batch, but this is low-key based. Lord, what a resume. Okay, what is this here? Okay, since then, he's been first to unearth nuggets, the book by former FBI editor James B. Comey, Trump niece, Mary L. Trump, porn actress, and alleged Trump paramount. Okay, so now I'm sort of off. They're talking, this tweet is a bit more about the person who got the scoop from the book. Okay, so I'm going to leave this alone. Let's go. Let me go back to my list. Grab the next tweet. Okay, this has always been about the other brother and the other marriage and distracting from all things that are hiding in plain sight. Okay, watch the tabloid and the royal talking heads try to pretend they have no clue what Harry is talking about when they are the ones who constantly say Peggy was incandescent with rage. They are literally where the squad got the words from because they said it so much. Okay, I'm almost certain that William is not only a racist and a cheater, but is also an abuser who beats up his younger brother and his wife. Okay, bullseye 100%. Here's the spare. Alright, next tweet. And the part that they caught was the part where the heir is attacking the spare. Alright, this is Henry VIII. Okay, if anyone who's new to my channel, Henry VIII has a YouTube channel. It's also called Henry VIII. Okay, I think we might get some insight as to why Kate Middleton is wasting away in front of all of our eyes. Okay, so she retweeted that, the pop base. Okay, Prince Harry revealed he was physically attacked and knocked to the floor by his brother Prince William during a confrontation in 2019. The confrontation escalated because William called Meghan Markle difficult, rude, and abrasive. Okay. Okay, I can't stand Kate, but nobody deserved that. Okay, that's true. Okay, and the first carol, there was a moment she snapped out of staring blankly and noticed he was looking at her sternly, the way she righted herself, but not before what looked like fear to me. If this is indeed happening, it is now or never. There is strength in numbers, but she won't. Alright, the thing is, I think I read this. The thing that I was thinking is that, sister place. This kind of behavior in men in the UK, it seems like it's normal to these men to hit their wives. Okay, I think William needs to go to sister. Well, not really William. Kate needs to go to sister place, because if William is abusive to her, she needs help. She needs help, literally. Okay, Tyler Perry talk about abuse. It's becoming more clear that it's not only about emotional abuse. If William treats his brother like this, of course, we're going to wonder about Kate. Wow. Okay, how did The Guardian get this scoop? I thought there weren't supposed to be any pre-release. Okay, there's that. Seriously, I didn't expect him to actually get violent, because I see him as such a coward, always making others do his dirty work. If he went after Harry, he's definitely capable of that. It all makes sense now. Okay, I think I read all of this. The thing is that, remember, he is protected by the firm. The firm is like a freaking, I don't know, mafia kind of thing. Everyone who works around him, okay, reports to him, not really Harry. Okay, so he has power over all of this. But if you pull him outside the palace wall, make him deal with normal people, okay, where he doesn't have to deal with them or whatever, I'm not sure. You know what? Let me leave that thought out, because I don't want to seem like I'm promoted certain things. But I was thinking of something, but because I'm saying it here, it might seem like I'm promoting something. I don't want to say it. I take it back. I probably will remove it. Next tweet. Okay, William the lunatic. He's abusive and constantly angry. He's the bully. All right, there's that. So she retweeted this from Pop Base. Okay, wow, 2051 comment. I think I read some of these already. Okay, Prince Harry recount the physical attack from William and his upcoming autobiography. Quote, he grabbed me by the collar and ripped my necklace and knocked me to the floor. Alright, there's that. William is the lunatic. There's that. William the lunatic. He's abusive and constantly angry. He's the bully. Okay, having a strong, loyal husband by your side can make all the difference in the world. Alright, it's going to be fascinating watching the same people who constantly describing William as incandescent with rage trying to counter this story. Okay, there's this, and that's why Prince Harry was Princess Diana's favorite. Yeah, since Princess Diana died, the boy was on his own. He was on his own. Only Princess Diana had his back. Oh my lord, my lord, my lord. And thank God Harry married someone outside of the UK. Can you imagine if he had married a Brit? Because what other well, then again, there's other Commonwealth, but it makes it much easier for him to live in the US because of Meghan. My goodness, yeah, since Princess Diana passed, he was on his own. And oh my God, more things is coming to me. Many times I keep on saying, I just don't see after Princess Diana died, that little boy in the palace who had his back. Nobody. I can't see any of these. So now Harry's painting the picture, the things that I can't see. Yeah, when I say I can't see, it's like sometimes when I have my humble opinion to say about things, sometimes it's hard for me to come with those aspects, those humble opinion when it comes to him as a 12-year-old after Princess Diana died. I guess they were so horrible. Okay, you just know Prince William was the one calling Archie the N-word. Okay, remember when the press labeled Harry as a wild child and William as level-headed heir? Okay, yeah, this doesn't surprise me one bit. William has always known inclination toward being abusive. Here he is elbowing his father in the back of his head. Yeah, yep, bully him. There's that. Harry to William. Well, at least he didn't touch the person. Here you see the person touching him. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there's that. Alright. When you don't know the picture afterward. Okay, this is the full story. Okay, this is the full photo. Alright, you will think they're fighting, but here there's the rest of it playing around. That's the one. What's his name? Mike Tendo. Okay, Willie the bully. Yeah, so to get his point across that someone else is difficult, rude and abrasive, he decided to assault and batter. The resort to criminality. I sort of bring something like that, but this person said it better than me. Deceased mother told William he's not done for material for king. There is YouTube video. One reporter says she also called Harry to be good King Harry. Okay, he did. His freedom and continued success has been the best beatdown he could have ever given Baltimore. Revenge is best served cold with a side of karma. That is true, because he wants everything for himself. The one thing he cannot have is that success that Harry and Meghan has in the US. So he's really pissed. I truly agree with that. Alright, there's this. Please, not Baltimore. Okay, there's that. Okay, I pay for his damn lifestyle, and if he is a bully and abusive, we must know. William is a violent man with no accountability because he is the supposed future king. Shaking my head. This is exactly what I was saying. Okay, he is violent because he know he could get away with it. Anybody around him will pretty much protect him, and this is why Harry cannot do, I guess, punch him back, because other people around him will already hold Harry back. Okay, it just amazed me how many people really believe that all of the people in the world, he alone required to refrain from speaking about his life experience. All right, there's other people who write about their life. This one, for instance, I didn't read her book, but the thing she was going through, my goodness. And it's funny, she was one of those I like in that Nickelodeon show that she used to play, and you could see the natural in her. But yet she was going through some really difficult time with her mother. Okay, as a teenager, the mother was bathing her and all of this. Wow. I think she grew up in a Mormon kind of family. These are all the other people who wrote their life story. Okay, no, violent is never okay. Losing self-control is a weakness that needs therapy. Okay, brothers argue and fight sometimes, but they don't run to the media and make $1 million out of it. Well, he's telling his story. Okay, and they wanted him to make money to support himself, so he's telling people want to know. That's the thing. People wants to know, instead of what the media is portraying, painting the institution as this beautiful thing. All right. So William could easily tell his side of the story if he wants. And there's this screenshot of other people who tell their life story. Okay, you haven't seen or read this book, so you have no idea what it's about. But this excerpt you're hearing. Stop. All right. Here's the disgrace. Okay, who's the disgrace? Not Harry. Harry is protecting his family. I think this is Scotty, but I think he meant William. All right, next tweet. Okay, oh my god, 47 minutes. How many more tweets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Okay, there's Henry VIII again. Then Kate cocks her head and started waving and smiling. It's robotic. It's honestly disturbing. Yeah, I talk a lot about this walkabout. Meghan looks very scared here. Okay, Meghan backing away from Kate is the reaction of someone backing away from their abuser. She just remembered not to put her hand up to defend herself. Something is going on in that family, spared by Prince Harry. And there's Harry pulling her close. Yeah, something went on. And then Meghan is in a country where, in a heartbeat, they'll put her in jail for any little thing. They won't care if she marry Harry. Okay, even though they claim that the royal family is somewhat not, whatever, how you call this, cannot be arrested and all of that. Okay, they never really took Meghan as one of their own. Okay, even when Meghan was a working royal, okay, they didn't even see her as a working royal. Harry and Meghan thought they were working royal, but the institution never saw them that way. So any little thing that Meghan would have done that they didn't like, very easily put her in jail and done with her, and then smear her name like crazy. Okay, that look is sinister. I can't believe Meghan could be physically afraid of Kate, but whatever is going on, disturbing is exactly the right word. Okay, now instead of looking at Meghan, look at the look of Harry's face, because most quieters miss that the first time around. Okay, I'll go back to that thing because I think I spoke about this really intensely. I would never understand why Harry ever agreed to this engagement. I'm wondering too. Well, how will I say that? For the sake of the grandma, I guess. To put a straight face, because he knows if he said no, what will happen, the nonsense they're gonna put out there on the tabloid. So they agreed to it for the sake of the queen, I guess. They didn't want to create nonsense. But throughout the time of the queen, the week leading to the funeral, okay, all we were hearing is negativity about Meghan. Okay, Meghan's body language is so sad to watch. Okay, I'm sure Kate didn't realize this would be caught on video. I mean, there's a lot of things these people didn't think people are watching. Alright, there probably something that happened before, and then Kate probably forgot about it, but Harry and Meghan remember. That's what I think happened here. Something before they left the UK, meaning before they stopped working royal. Okay, something must have happened, or maybe before that, because remember, the abuser never seemed to understand the person who's receiving the abuse feeling. So she probably already forgot what she done, but Harry and Meghan remember. So they're doing that offensive kind of thing, or defensive kind of thing to defend themselves. And there's Harry bringing Meghan close to him and say, you know, let me protect you between this lunatic. Alright, so that's that. Let me move to the next tweet. That's the way I see this thing. Alright, next tweet. Watch how people will twist this into Harry being at fault for speaking about getting physical attack rather than William being at fault for doing it in the first place. Yeah, I'm starting to read some of these and some of the comment. Okay, actually, it is a shame this is published as giving who they are, the public and press interest in them. It will result in more pain for them both. It's really sad. Such private things to share is never easy to anyone. Okay, it's a shame William assaulted his brother. That result in pain. Good, that's a good one. Alright, let's go into that and then everything else will. Okay, I'm aware of that, but how is public shame going to make either of them feel better? Okay, what's shameful is trying to silence someone from telling the truth. This is obvious on a bigger stage because it's the royal, but that's the same thing people tell regular folks who've been assaulted or abused in some way. Don't speak, keep it quiet, and that's not okay. Aware from experience how it works, not trying to silence someone speaking out or seeking help. Feel sad for them both because of the very public platform and the further trauma it will cause for both of them. As far as I'm concerned, Harry is the one who probably experienced the bad side of it, but William is the one who's insulting it. Look at the way that William felt he had to insert himself in Meghan's lawsuit.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
Where he had nothing to do with it because he felt he has the right to do it. He liked to insert himself in other people's business. So at some point, if Harry doesn't tell his truth, okay, who's gonna tell his truth for him? Oh my goodness. And then all this public untruth stuff the tabloid were writing about Meghan. Then anybody thought about Meghan's mental well-being? Okay, so now it's the other way around. It's Williams or the royals. All of a sudden, people care about their mental well-being. What about for 6 years, Meghan been going through that? Every single day from the time they are aware Meghan was seeing Harry, they try to humiliate this lady. Every freaking day, thousands and thousands of articles being written about her. Nobody thought about her mental well-being. She even came out and talked about her suicide ideation. Nobody, well, I will not say nobody, but people seem like they don't really care about that. Okay, so now it's the other way around. Now people care about mental well-being. What about Meghan, who's been dealing with that for the past 6 years and it's still ongoing? Nobody, the paper's still at it. So did you come out and talking on defense for Meghan's well-being, mental well-being? I have a video. I think I raised that in it, and then the thumbnails I put a picture of what did I call it? Something about who's gonna be responsible for her mental well-being. Did majority of people care about that? Despite the fact that she came out and spoke about her mental situation that when she was over there. My goodness. People seem to, it doesn't matter to them, but it does matter. Meghan's well-being. So now that the reverse seems to be, not really reverse, but now they're talking about William, who was really, I think, in my humble opinion, was enjoying it. Enjoying the fact that Meghan was going through some pain. Like I was saying, in order for some people to understand some of people's pain, they need to go through it. Hopefully he'll go through some stuff right now, so he could understand, so his behavior could be stopped. Once he knows how it feels, perhaps that will put a stop to his stupidity. Nonsense. None of this had to be. Absolutely none of this had to be. But for him, he felt like he has the power to inflict pain onto other people. The taxpayer should be worried about that, because some of the Brits can pay for heat, can put decent food on the table. All right, your tax dollars is going to this nonsense to bother Meghan's mental well-being. Okay, it needs to be public, on the record, no matter how painful, because they are a public family. There is no way Prince Harry wants to leave the history book narrative to the tabloid. This is even better than what I've said. It will also be important for his kids to know what dad did to protect their mom, unlike King Charles for Harry. Alright, this is absolutely perfect. I like this one. This is exactly that, because they're already painting the picture of Harry since he was young. He's drunk, he's a party boy, he's all of that, but you never hear a damn thing about William. So Harry needs to tell his story for the history book, because everybody else is painting a picture for him.
Yes, he would get absolutely slaughtered in a nightclub, rock out into the street at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Paparazzi would be there, cameras in his face. But you know, what would happen is the newspapers would have those shots from that one episode. This could be a problem. And they would use them in that week's papers. But then they'd hang on to them and they'd chuck them into the paper a couple of weeks later. This could be a problem. 3 weeks after that.
So his behaviour is being exaggerated, by the way, the press.
Precisely. They'd already written the narrative about Harry.
Because everybody else is painting a picture for him.
He was the wild child, he was off the rails, the complete antithesis of his goody two-shoes brother. This could be a problem.
Because everybody else is painting a picture for him.
At the end of the day, he was only a teenager, had lost his mum at a very early age, was rebelling. You know, he wasn't the only one. Prince William was getting drunk quite a lot himself. Nobody seemed to report about that.
This could be a problem.
Because everybody else is painting a picture for him.
So there was an image of the good prince and the bad prince, and Harry got labelled the bad prince.
Because everybody else is painting a picture for him.
They don't report the news, they create it.
Because everybody else is painting a picture for him. Okay, it's a shame William insulted and assaulted Harry. Alright, silly speech of yours. Harry has to say everything himself. Alright, you have to wonder who gains from airing their dirty laundry in public like this and demonize the other party. I mean, he's telling his story. This is what he encountered. Okay, it's an attempt to discredit William from being fit as king. Oh, please, we've seen so many things, hitting his father in the head, and we hear the tabloid talking he's incandescent with rage. So please, okay, the hackers forget that George is next in line to William, the Charlotte, then Louis. Harry and Meghan left. They left. So you guys, if you care so much about all of this, all you need to do is do what you need to do legally to get them off whatever the hereditary kind of thing.
And I have no regrets. It's incredibly sad, but I have no regrets at all, because now I'm in a place where I feel as though I should have been 4 years ago.
All right, let's go back, because it was to that. Anything else? Okay, we've heard. So maybe this is a wake-up call. Okay, if the institution is gonna still stay, maybe it's a wake-up call for the next whatever nonsense they put in Williams, because I've told you the progression of them from the time the Queen's father died. Okay, the men in grey suit took over. All right, they trained Charles to be the way he is. Okay, and then they literally trained William. Look, they took the mother out of the picture. They literally trained William to be the whatever the robotic that they want him to be. Now that we know, okay, we know Charles choked people in the neck.
Ken had to put it in. Then when Ken had put it in, Charles grabbed him by the throat. Well, they said, "You do understand, Ken, I."
And we've seen his behavior in public because of a freaking egg.
I just had to put, is it September the 12th?
13th, sir.
Oh God, I'm wrong date. 13?
Yes, sir.
You saw 12 earlier.
We're going to do it. There's something to. Oh God, I hate this.
Oh look, it's going everywhere. Hang on. So nobody got shot.
What is that?
Oh look, it's everywhere.
Can't bear this bloody thing. What they do, everyone's stinking.
All right, we know he pulled a sink from the wall.
Charles was in a fury, just ripped the sink from the wall, threw it to the floor, shattered it into 1,000 pieces, retrieved the stud.
So we know all of those behavior. Now that we know William is like that, maybe the kids now, if the institution is gonna still remain, the kids needs to be protected not to be like that.
Suffered. Do everything you can to make sure that whatever negative experiences that you had, that you can make it right for your kids.
If the institution is gonna still remain, the kids needs to be protected not to be like that.
Isn't this all about breaking the cycle?
Okay, maybe this is a wake-up call to say those kids need to be in a different environment, not in a freaking rage. And then, what is it? We already heard something that William had said as a young boy, where was the firstborn, what's his name? Louis? No, Louis is the last one. What's the heir to the throne? Future. Okay, we already know he says something and that's similar, that when he is king, when his father is king, he could do certain things to certain classmates or something like that. I read something like that in on Twitter. Alright, so the thing is already passing on down. So now this is a wake-up call to change that. Make these kids more human-like. Okay, that's the way that I see it. Okay, I see that as a warning instead of, oh, is a threat, this should be kept down. Because the institution think they're above everything. Okay, they're above everything, so they're not going to get the kind of help that they need. So people should step in and say, if you receive our money, you should not behave like this. Okay, you're giving us that false narrative, people lying on the papers, painting that perfect family, but you guys are freaking crap, you pedophile, you abusive. Okay, what other women in the family is dealing like that? Let's see here. The royal family sold Harry's wife down to, okay, let's start from here. I'm aware of this, okay, by letting the truth out. Okay, so there's that. So to heal from hurt, we all need to tell our truth publicly and humiliate others. No, he's telling his autobiography because people want to know. A lot of other people have done so. Okay, that doesn't make it more true or pain go away. The brothers experience well together. But wait a second. As I'm reading this, okay, now you're defending that this should not be out. Now, knowing about Meghan's letter to her father, all of you, well, most of you felt like it was okay because they were working royals, that it's okay to print the letter. But Meghan had to fight for that, to say, no, it's not okay. Now, there's Harry telling his story. He's not telling William's story. Okay? William just happened to be involved in his story. So he's telling his story. So why are you guys all upset about that? Now, this is almost the same, but with the exception, Harry is telling his story with the privacy thing. So now you want this to be private. Okay? That doesn't make it more true or pain go away. The brothers experience hell together while the other one was inflicting more pain to him as they were going through hell together. Okay, public eye and are going to be picked apart in social media and press frenzy for one truth again. It is very sad. Okay, the royal family sold Harry's wife down to river while covering the fact that William assaulted his brother. They did the humiliating. Exactly. Okay, could not care less for either of these two, but it's pretty obvious that all of this is backfiring on Harry and his wife. No, not really. Not really. He's telling his truth. The royal not responding make this feels extremely one-sided. It's okay because the tabloid already told us, okay, how incandescent with rage he is. Okay, you're trying to do that reverse psychology. No, I'm sorry. No, it's not working. At least for me. Okay, the royal not responding make this feel extremely one-sided and cringeworthy, selling personal family drama for money from Netflix and publishers. Hard pass. Okay, so you could pass that, that's fine, but for the tabloid, the royal voters, to make money, William was already selling Harry's story, okay, Meghan's story to the tabloid. Okay, so this is, let's just say it's balancing out now.
And they would use them in that week's papers But then they'd hang on to them and they'd chuck them into the paper a couple of weeks later. This could be a problem. 3 weeks after that.
So his behaviour is being exaggerated by the way the press.
Precisely. They'd already written the narrative about Harry.
Because everybody else is painting a picture for him.
He was the wild child, he was off the rails, the complete antithesis of his goody two-shoes brother. This could be a problem.
There's two comments on there. I'm not surprised this is being reported. William is well known to have a temper. I'm curious how they got a copy of a book or if this is all in the book. Alright, so there's that. Alright, Prince William can be difficult to handle, but Kate gives as good as she gets, experts say. Alright, so there he is. Alright, they're already telling you things about him. Camilla reveals William used a rant at Charles. The boys got a temper. Alright, so there's all of that. Okay, after her marriage to Prince Charles in 2005, William's stepmother was surprised at discovering an unexpected side of the prince, saying the boys got temper, according to royal historian Robert Lacey. And Camilla was often horrified that William will rant and rave at Charles even if she was present, according to her. Okay, so this also correspond to Harry saying when they were at Sandringham, where all of them were there, the queen was there, and William was yelling at him. Okay, so William doesn't care when any member of the family is there, the queen, the father. He has no respect. There's no boundaries for him. Okay, there's no boundaries for him. In front of the queen, he was screaming, and then Harry was saying that he was all quiet. The queen was all quiet, taking all in. Okay, so they keep all of these away from the queen, but now everything was unraveling in front of the queen, and William didn't care if the queen or the father was there. Alright, so he has no respect, no boundaries. And there's Camilla is explaining almost similar thing from Robert Lacey thing. Okay, and Camilla was often horrified that William will, quote, rant and rave, end quote, at Charles even if she was present. According to her, William did all the shouting while Charles meekly submit. Okay, William will hold nothing back, Lacey said, quote, summoning up a wrath to match the importance that he attached to his challenging role as future king. There's that thing that protected him to be this kind of stupidity behavior. Okay, if Charles fails to live up to William's view of what being a royal entails, then the younger man will release his rage. There's the thing. There's no boundary, no respect. And it seems Charles didn't rate as a wonderful parent in William's eyes. When marking the 20th anniversary of Princess Diana's death in 2017, William refused to make any comments about Charles' parenting. Wow, wow, wow. Receipt. Alright, so it's the same thing. He has no respect. And Harry is saying almost the same thing that Camilla told in that book from Robert Lacey thing. Okay, William, as the future king, is abusive. His power, he thinks his pair should take all the flake, and the media always fought with Harry about money. Okay, patronages, and now we also find out he is verbal and physical abusive to Harry. Thus he thinks Harry is his slave. Okay, it's the nonsense they put in his head. It's the nonsense they put in his head, and he feel like he has the right to do it. Okay, well, let the truth be told, there is no excuse for this behavior at all. Okay, Wills is forever incandescent with rage. Okay, Meg is the only one enjoying this play out. Why will... Oh, yeah, in a way, I would say yeah, because now people is finding out the truth. And then now I heard Meghan is gonna come out with her book. Oh my God. Considering the fact that the press have consistently writing multitude of articles chronicling William's anger issues, I want to see what angle they take to deflect from that. By tomorrow morning, this timeline will be littered by receipt of said article. I can't bet on that. Alright, when 5 hours ago, 3 hours, okay, this person already. Okay, they'll definitely blame Meghan, who wasn't even there. They always blame Meghan. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I'm already past an hour. I'm gonna squeeze everything in one video. I have 3 more left. Okay, then Kate cocks her head and start waving and smiling. It's robotic. Okay, I went over that already. Did I? Yeah, I put it twice. I just saw it. I put it twice. Okay, where are all the reports of William being incandescent with rage? Please, Sussex squad, start collecting and posting those receipts, because the British press are gonna try to rewrite history. Okay, the Sussex Squad podcast. Oh, they're here. They're here. All right, let me read what's there. And I'm sure there's going to be more because right now it's 2:30 a.m. So this thing came out like around 8 p.m. when I saw it, like 5 minutes, after Omid posted. Okay, let's see here. Prince Charles, William Incandescent with rage over Harry and Meghan exit. Okay, Lee Brown, January 9, 2020. How Kate Middleton manages to deal with Prince William's anger issue. Okay, Prince William and Kate Middleton also have quite a few bumps on the road in their relationship. Alright, that's the receipt. Okay, the boys got a temper. Camilla told friend that Prince William will shout and Prince Charles will meekly submit new book claims. Alright, so there's that. Okay, Kate Middleton gives as good as she gets an argument with William, but neither hold grudges. Alright, so there's that. Let's see here. There's that. Okay, reporting for duty. The squad. Let's see that one. Prince William is reportedly incandescent with rage toward his younger brother Prince Harry, according to TV psychic Deborah Davy. It was announced last year that Prince Harry was writing a bombshell memoir, not as the prince he was born, but as the man he is today. That was June 26, 2022. Prince William incandescent with rage over hapless Harry's Daily Star. Okay, Prince Harry left William incandescent with rage, reveals psychic. Alright, so there's more of this. Okay, there's that, with pleasure. Okay, I know Harry has receipt. Prince William is a bully. Yeah, look at his face. Okay, from the punch and his wrist, his thumb, fingers and everything. Remember this? Young William hitting Charles on the head on camera. The only bully at KP is William. Prince William needs to contain his rage. He needs anger management. Yeah, he needs management. Yeah, those kids, the way he probably treat Kate in front of those kids, and the kids are doing the same thing. Oh my God. Let them talk. The more they do, globally people will see them for who they truly are. Only racists and ignoramus believe and support their lies. Okay, there's Victoria Arbiter. Eyelashes. Prince Harry appears to be so consumed with anger, he's going to need Sunday's interview to help humanize him if he's to garner public sympathy. Cooper lost his dad when he was 10 and Bradby had a breakdown in 2018. It'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to soften rage. What the hell is that? Yeah, the one who lied before she saw the interview.
The following video was filmed on the 5th of March 2021, 2 days before Harry and Meghan's interview was seen by anyone.
In the interview, from start to finish, Meghan was acting.
The world is waiting on the biggest interview of the year.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
Harry and Meghan with Oprah. Everyone has an opinion.
A bit of a gold digger.
It's very sad that the relationship with his brother has changed.
I don't think their marriage will last.
But no one has actually seen what Harry and Meghan have to say.
Victoria Arbiter, AR, B as in boy, ITER, and I am royal commentator for CNN.
But no one has actually seen what Harry and Meghan have to say.
Meghan spoke about her love of animals. Obviously, in the interview, Meghan talked about the Balham Donkey Sanctuary. What does that tell us about Meghan's character?
Meghan talked about her love of animals, love of dogs, love of the Donkey Sanctuary.
But no one has actually seen what Harry and Meghan have to say.
In describing the brotherly rift, as they did in the interview, you can't help but be incredibly moved, stunned, saddened by all of it.
But no one has actually seen what Harry and Meghan have to say. But no one has actually seen what Harry and Meghan have to say.
Okay, these people you can't even take serious. Okay, she never learned. Okay, when did assault become a tiff, or simply just two brothers fighting when one didn't fight back? Whatever. Okay, but Harry's telling his story. You wanna water it down? That's your problem, but that's Harry's story. All right. Okay. I was done. This is completely different. The Danish, I can't even understand it, so I'm not even gonna put it. All right. Let's see. Let's go back. I'm not even gonna put it on that. Let's see my notification, the wedding pictures. Okay, this is completely different. Okay, There's more people talking about it. You know what? Let me stop. Later on, there's gonna be more tweets regarding the punches or whatever was said in The Guardian. Alright, so for now, let's stop. This is a prayer I did on one of my videos yesterday. Prayer for newly prosperity. Let's pick that one. This one. Okay. Prayer for God's blessing throughout the new year. We know that the joy of the Lord is our strength, and as we meditate on your word, saturate our hearts, teach us to confess what the word says so we can see the manifestation of our prayers. Your word will not return to your void of fulfillment, but it will accomplish everything for which you send it. Remind us not to worry about what is happening around us, but to trust you. All right, so yeah, that's it. That just reminded me of a comment that I read on my one of my videos. I don't know, to trust. Alright, that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.